Welcome back, friends, and thanks for joining me for a fall cook with me. This is going to be such a cozy menu that I'm preparing today. I was having some friends over, so I figured why not film what I'm making, and I'm making this amazing Dutch apple pie that needs to be a staple in your fall recipes. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to be setting the table, but make sure you have like a little notepad or save this video so you can go back and make these because it was such a delicious dinner. I'm going to start by making my Dutch apple pie. This way it can cool and it's ready to go for after dinner. I don't have to worry about making it after I clean up from dinner, all that good stuff. So you could totally make your own pie dough, but I'm going to start by using a store-bought one. I just wanted to save some time. I have two little kids, one under 1 year old and one that just turned 3. So I'm always looking for ways to save time, and just buying store-bought crust is one of the ways that I do that. But I'm going to go ahead and roll this out. I let it come to room temperature so it's a little bit easier to manage, and then I'm going to put it in my pie dough, or in my, what do you call it, my pie pan, and just kind of cut off the edges, any excess, push it down into the pan, make sure it covers all the areas, and then I'm going to cut off the little excess around the top. Also, you're going to preheat your oven to 375. I always forget to do this until the last minute, so I am very shocked that I remembered this time.
You say that I'm crazy, it's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter takes me to heaven. I just want to make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's coming.
Once I have my pie dough ready to go, I'm going to peel my apples and I'm going to cut them up into little cubes, or you can do super thin slices. I just kind of chopped them up willy-nilly, but I am going to peel all my apples, which will come out to about 6 cups. I think I did like 5 or 6 apples, and it was the perfect amount. So I'm using Honeycrisp apples, and I think that they were perfect in this pie. I think Honeycrisp apples, Gala apples, or Pink Lady apples are perfect for making pies. So these are ones that I just had on hand, and I decided to use them. They were perfect. Like I said, I think that they were Honeycrisp apples, and it turned out so good. So I'm going to chop these up and then put them to the side as I make the filling that is going to kind of bring it all together. But I want to know from you guys, have you made any awesome fall dishes this fall so far? I know it's only September, but I am always looking for cozy recipes. It's Florida here, so it's not really fall weather, but I like to pretend. We crank down the AC and you know what? It starts to feel like fall. I light a pumpkin candle and I can kind of trick myself into thinking that cooler temps are on the way. But if you have any good recipes, let me know down below, because I definitely want to try them out and add them to my fall cooking rotation. Once I add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, I'm going to go ahead and mix that in with my apples, make sure they're all coated, and then I'm going to jump over to the stove and melt down half a cup of unsalted butter. I'm just going to melt that down into a saucepan and then add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and this is going to kind of make a roux where it's going to make the sauce stick to those apples. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour, mix that all together, followed by 1/4 cup of water and 1 cup of granulated sugar, and then I'm going to let that come to a boil, and it's going to smell so good. And then I'm going to take that off and mix it in with my apple mixture, and that's going to kind of create that yummy glaze.
Just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you do.
Once your apples and that glaze is fully mixed together, you're going to pour it into your prepared pie pan, and then you are going to work on your apple crumb topping. But that is what's so amazing about a Dutch apple pie, is that you get the best of both worlds. You get like the crumbly crust on the bottom, but then you have like an apple crisp topping. It's so good. It's my favorite fall dessert, and you serve it with some vanilla ice cream or some whipped topping, and it is so delicious. But I am going to start on the apple crumble. Then after this, after you pour it all in the pan, you're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which is a whole stick. And then I'm going to work this in with my hands just so I can make sure it's all fully incorporated. You don't want like one big ball of dough. You want to make sure it's little pea-sized crumbles. Secret ingredient for this that just takes it over the top is pecans or almonds. You're supposed to use chopped up pecans for this to give that kind of crunch, but I had almonds on hand, therefore I'm just going to use almonds. You can use whatever nut you have on hand. Maybe walnuts would probably be good in it too, but I'm just using almonds, and I'm going to chop them up and work it into the dough mixture, and it just gives it that perfect crunch. I definitely overworked my dough, so I'm just going to kind of pinch it apart and put it all over my pie topping, evenly spread out, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven at that 375 for about 50 minutes. It can be 50 or 60 minutes, it just depends on how hot your oven gets. Mine cooks things a lot faster than normal, I think, so mine was perfect at about 50 minutes. And then before we start dinner, I'm going to clean up because I always need a clean workspace before I get started on the next thing. The kitchen always needs to be cleaned, it seems. But I'm going to wipe this down and then set the table while our pie is in the oven, and then I'm going to be working on our chicken.
Sometimes I'm bringing you down, but I always make you smile, don't I?
Like I said, I'm having some friends over for dinner tonight, so I just wanted to make sure the table was set and I wasn't doing it last minute if they came a little bit early. So I'm going to wipe it down. It gets used every single day, so every single day it needs to be fully wiped down. My 3-year-old toddler has to have oatmeal every single morning, so there is oatmeal completely caked on here. But I have decorated this table a couple times this season already. I'll link those videos down below. I have a ton of decorate with me videos, but each time I have something new, like a dinner party, or I just get the itch, I like to change it up. So today I'm just going to kind of change out my centerpiece. It's going to look very similar to how it was, but there's a few things that I wanted to change out, and then just set the table super cozy and relaxing and inviting. I love having people over for dinner. I feel like it's just a service of love, in my opinion. I like to cook for people. My mom is exactly the same way, so I definitely inherited that from her. But I love having people over for dinner and good conversation, and just setting the table, and especially with candles, just makes it so cozy. So next time you have dinner, add a few candles and light them, dim the lights a little bit, and it really does set the tone. Till we hit the ground, and then we always get back up again. We're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, but then we get back up again. Okay, by the time I'm done with that, my pie is ready to go, and oh, look at that bubble. It is so good. It made the house smell amazing. My sister came over and she's like, oh my gosh, it smells like fall in here. We are from Pennsylvania, so fall is like our favorite season, and if I can recreate that in our house, then that is a win for me. But I'm gonna get started on our chicken because that does need to bake for about an hour. So I'm gonna get my chicken out. I think I got this at Aldi's for like $7, and honestly, cooking a whole chicken is just kind of fancy, even though it's not even hard to do. So next time you have a dinner party, do a chicken. Everyone will be super impressed, even though it really wasn't hard at all. But I'm gonna get my chicken ready. I rinse it off and then pat it dry with some paper towels, put it on our baking pan that is lined with aluminum foil. It'll help with cleanup. And then I put super simple seasonings on mine. I spread a little olive oil on it, some rosemary, thyme, and garlic powder, salt and pepper, and that's it. And then I pop it in the oven, and an hour later you have an amazing smelling house, a beautiful turkey, well, in this case chicken, and it is ready to go. It is so simple, but doing a whole roast chicken, I feel like, just elevates your whole meal. I'm gonna pop this in the oven then at 400 degrees for about 50 to 55 minutes, keeping an eye on it to make sure it's not getting too crispy too quick. But with this, I'm serving green beans and instant mashed potatoes. Don't judge me, but I just wanted to save some time. I didn't want to have to worry about getting everything done. I'm already doing the chicken, the pie, and the green beans, so instant mashed was something that I just wanted to cut corners with. My mom would kill me if she saw that I was making instant mash, so sorry Mom if you're watching this. But for an appetizer, this, you have got to keep it in your back pocket because it takes you 10 seconds and it's so good, but it looks fancy even though it's not. It's simply cream cheese with hot pepper jelly, and you serve it with some crackers. It is the perfect appetizer, so easy, it takes you 10 seconds, and it's delicious.
Because I don't know what to do if you go. I just don't know what to do if you
I wish I could have shown you the finished product of all of our food, but my guests came and I was caught up in conversation and we were just super hungry, to be honest. So thank you for watching, and if you're interested in any of my fall decorate with me videos, a fall pumpkin donut recipe, check those links out down below. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope you'll subscribe and stick around because I have more fall content coming out very soon. So I guess I'll see you in the next one.